guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while. I figured I'd do a haul video, a really quick, hopefully quick haul video. Show off some of the stuff that I got recently because I got a haul from Big Bad for my pile of loot. And then I went on a toy hunt the other day and I actually found some shit out in the wild. So I'm going to show you my pile of loot first. And then I'll show you some footage from the hunt and my haul from that. And then I got some stuff that came in online from pre-orders and whatnot that I ordered online. So first, let's do the pile of loot. Some of this I've had in my pile of loot for a really long time. They've since sold out in most places, and they've just kind of been hanging out in my pile of loot. So I forgot about them, but I'm very excited to get them in now because I think they're sold out at most places. So yeah. First thing I got is some turtle stuff. This is the Mega Construx Turtles figures. This is Mikey. So I have Raph and Leo sitting over there and pointing at my bookshelf, but I have Mikey now and I'm just trying to find Donnie. So this is pretty cool. Next up, I got some Super 7 reaction figures. I have... Oh, cool. See, it's been so long, I've actually kind of forgotten what I've ordered. But I have the Reaction Sewer Samurai Leo, which one of my favorite designs. I'm very excited that Super 7 is doing an Ultimates version of this figure, and recently I actually just got a loose version of this figure, and I also got the carded version of this figure because I knew I was getting this in. So someday when I have space, I'm going to display the carded Playmates version with the opened version, and then the reaction figure standing next to it. Again, I have these glorious visions of how the collection is going to be in the future, but for now I'm just getting what I can, and displaying all that shit is a problem for future me. But I have the Sewer Samurai Leo. I'm gonna put shit. There you go. I have the Busted Foot Soldier, which is pretty cool. The sculpts on these are really good. I'll talk about this in the later part of the video for the hunt portion, but I actually got more Super 7 reaction figures. I'm actually really liking these lines. They're kind of pricey for what they are with limited articulation, but the paint and the sculpt are really nice. It's just hard paying $18 for 3 3/4 figures. But I'm getting the Turtles, and I'm also collecting the Power Rangers from Super 7's reaction line. And then now fucking Hasbro is doing that fucking classic looking, I don't even know what they're called, but they're doing these figures that are very reminiscent to this. So I bought the Iron Man from that, and I'm probably gonna pick up Spidey. But also from this line, but from this order, I got the Casey Jones, one of my favorite characters. I might get another one of these Casey Jones. Let's see, I think that's it for turtle stuff. Yeah, that's it for turtle stuff. So next up, I have the Mafex Aquaman movie Black Manta, which is really cool. I had Mira on pre-order at, I think it was Sideshow. I canceled it because, I mean, it's a good looking figure, but I don't know if I need Mira right now. Maybe someday down the line I'll pick it up. But I just don't think I need a Mira right now, especially I'm just trying to be more focused on what I pick up and what I collect. As you see this video progresses, you're going to see that I am already failing at that. But for now, I canceled Mira because my main movie display, it's the MCU and the DCEU and just random DC and Marvel movie figures are all on one shelf, and it's very crowded there right now. I don't have space for it, so Mira Mafex was very expensive, and I just felt really bad that I felt like it's a figure that I don't need right now. especially if I'm not going to be able to display it. It's a very expensive figure, and I could use that money on something else. So maybe down the line, once I expand my movie shelf, I'll try and acquire that and display things properly. But you know, this is the battle of every collector, is just finding the space for everything. But I couldn't pass on this because Black Manta from this movie I thought was pretty cool, and I heard good things about this figure. Mafex has become one of my favorite lines. They still have some QC issues I hear every now and then, but the last few pickups I've had from them have been really good. So I'm very excited to get this guy open. Next up, figures that I have been very excited for. I've wanted these figures way back when they were announced. I actually went back and forth about getting them when I went on that LA trip last year, which seems like a lifetime ago. But these are the now dead figures from a dead line from DC Direct, from the Batman The Adventure Continues. DC Direct has always been one of my favorite lines. It's one of my first lines that I've collected, and sadly I think this is the last line from DC Direct. Maybe the Deceased line and this were the last few things that kind of snuck out from DC Direct. But I finally have this. I had them sitting in my pile of loot for the longest time because I wasn't sure how I was going to display them. I'm talking about displaying because right now I'm going through a reorganization and a redesign of the shelves and the display. So I'm working on that, and hopefully within the next few weeks I'll finish that up and I'll show you guys. I'll do a collection tour update slowly, piece by piece. But now I have an idea of how I'm going to display these. So I have the Nicktoons Turtles from Revoltech mixed in with some of the Playmates figures, and my DC Direct Batman animated figures, and I'm just going to combine them into one display because I think stylistically they're pretty close and they could pass as being this very kind of just, I don't know, I just think that they look good together. So I finally shipped this portion of the pile of loot, and for this line it is Azrael in his armored look, which looks awesome. And for those who are unfamiliar, these are characters who never appeared in the animated series, but they have that animated series style look. It's just Bruce Timm designs that they did for the Batman Adventure Continues comic book, which was a digital first, I think. So they gave us some action figures of this, and still very sad that DC Direct is no longer a thing. But I mean, several years, they went from DC Direct, DC Collectibles, back to DC Direct. It just seems like with the shuffle with like AT&T and them firing almost everyone at DC Comics, that this is one of the casualties. But hopefully someday down the line, they bring back that team. Next up, Red Hood, which I think is super cool because we never really had a Jason Todd in the animated series. I love the Red Hood, so I'm pretty excited to have this guy in the collection. That looks awesome. Next up, Deathstroke. Again, very, very cool character, one of my favorite characters in the DCU. And his look just translates so well for this style. Masked, unmasked head. And now this unmasked head for Deathstroke, the Slade Wilson head, looks very Joe how the fuck do you say his name? Fucking DCEU Deathstroke to me. Joe Manganiello? I don't know, I'm bad at pronouncing shit. But it looks very much like him, I think. With still being that animated stylized look, looks very Joe to me. So I think that's really cool. Very excited for these. For the DC Direct figures, as much as I love how these look, I did have some problems with some of the older ones of just like balance issues and just very weak legs, and just the way they're designed, have very thin ankles. So I'm probably going to try and find some stands to keep them up. Otherwise, all the fucking figures that I have on that display is going to fall over. But Deathstroke. Next up is Joker. Joker is one of those figures that I've never had from this line. I always thought, I was like, oh, they keep releasing him. He's been around for a while. I'll get him eventually, until he wasn't. and then the prices skyrocketed and it became very expensive to acquire. But now I have this one. It's more stylized, so he has more of that cell shaded look throughout his body, throughout his suit. Yeah, very happy to finally have this Joker in hand. There was a version of this Joker from this line. I think it was the Expressions pack. That thing is crazy expensive last time I checked. So hopefully when the world continues to open up and conventions become a thing again, that's something that's very high on my hunt list. Yeah. Joker. And finally, the last thing that I got from this pile of loot is Batman. I've had several Batmans from this line, but this is the more stylized one, where kind of like the Mondo figure, where they have like the cell shaded blue outline on his costume, just to really punch through the detail of that stylized Bruce Timm look. So I couldn't resist. I got this because I missed out on the Mondo Batman, which I really wanted. So I got this as a placeholder in my collection until someday I run across that Mondo Batman again, which oddly enough I did also see on that LA trip that I went to last year. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, go check out my trip to LA last year. It was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of cool shit. I went to Frankenstein's, Universal City Walk. I hit up like 8 different comic book stores. I'll put that in the link below. So go check out that trip if you haven't. There's a lot of cool shit in that video. And I did see the Mondo Batman at Universal City Walk. It was the displayed version, so I think they had it there for like $100. But there was a few like signs of wear and tear, like the crotch grabber stand thing where you put Batman has been on him so long that it kind of dented his crotch, which isn't very noticeable. It isn't a big thing, but for me, every time I looked at it, my eyes kept gravitating towards Batman's crotch for the wrong reasons. So I don't know. I decided, and when I saw it, we were going to Frankenstein's the next day. So I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I'll see a better conditioned Mondo Batman at Frankenstein's. I didn't. And then part of me kind of wishes that I got that Mondo Batman. But I don't know, because the prices for the Mondo Batman is pretty high now. So if I wanted to get it, unless Mondo does a re-release, I'll have to go aftermarket. And the prices for that on the aftermarket is pretty expensive. So we'll see. I don't know if I made a good call there. I am kind of thinking of, like, if I do go back to LA, and it's still there. It's $100 for a crotch damaged Batman, a good deal. So if I ever go back to LA and it's still there, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I should not grab Batman's damaged crotch, but if I should go down back to LA, and if I'm there and it's still there, $100 for a crotch damaged Batman, a good deal. If you could let me know in the comments below, because that's what people say on YouTube, I would much appreciate it. So that's the haul from Big Bad Toy Store. That's the pile of loot. A few days ago, I went to Target and GameStop and Targets. I went to a few different places. My usual hunting route when I'm out doing things. And I saw some stuff that I actually really wanted. I saw some of The Legend of Shang-Chi. I saw Shang-Chi himself. I forget the villain's name. The guy who's supposed to be the Mandarin Wing. I fucking forgot. I haven't seen the movie yet. No one has, so I don't know the character, but I think he's supposed to be the Mandarin. I saw him. Tony Leung's character. I saw him. So I picked up that and Death Dealer, which is rare because I've never seen anything on the hunt anymore. It's rare that I see things while I'm on the hunt. So I got very excited. I picked that up, and GameStop was having a 15% off deal, Marvel figures. So I grabbed it, and I thought it was going to be a good deal, but then I realized that Marvel Legends are very expensive now. They went from like $20, $22, $25 at some places. So with 15% off, it pretty much bumped it back down to former Marvel Legends prices of like $20. But these are figures that I wanted, and I was going to grab them eventually, so I thought, why the fuck not? I'll grab them now. While I was there, I also grabbed some reaction figures. I saw the Megazord, which I haven't seen anywhere. So I grabbed that. Really cool. Of course, it's not to scale with the other reaction figures, because the scale for those figures are all just pretty much non-existent. But it's bigger than the other reaction figures, just not to scale of what a Ranger to Megazord should be, which is understandable for the line. So I saw that. I went to Target, and then I saw the Iron Man figure from the Shang-Chi wave. It was very cool. Very comic Iron Man, classic comic Iron Man, which I've wanted because I did have the 80th anniversary Iron Man, but then I sold it. I think I sold it, or I gave it to Mike the Hunter because he was looking for one. So I sold it to him because I was like, I have the Mezco 112 Collective Iron Man. I don't need two of them. They're pretty much representing the same armor, the red and gold. And they're too similar in look to fucking keep displayed. So I was like, I'll get rid of one. Mike's looking for one. I'll pass it off to him. And then I realized I still want a comic version of Iron Man, but not necessarily red and gold one. I was hoping they'd do a red and yellow one, much more comic or cartoon style Iron Man. And then they released this, and it had the holographic head. So I was like, fuck it, I'm getting this. So I got this, and then, jumping back to GameStop, I also got My Hero figure for the McFarlane line. I got Eraserhead, which is one of my favorite characters for that show, and I got it because I'm slowly building out my My Hero display, or corner of that display, because I have All Might, I have Deku, and I have Bakugo from Revoltech coming in a future video. So, and I also have All for One and Slain, fucking what's his name? The hero killer, Stain. There you go, Stain the hero killer. So I have slowly building out the My Hero section of my collection, and again, I'll show you guys all of this in future video. And I think I have some of the Figma My Hero stuff coming in, but I think those are going to be smaller than the Revoltech figures, so we'll see. I think I'm going to get Red Riot, and I'll see. I'll try one figure and see how they scale. How they scale with Deku and Bakugo. So if anyone has the students from like Revoltech, like Deku or Bakugo, compared to any of the My Hero students, and you have a picture, send it to me on Instagram. I just want some size scale comparisons. All Might is for the teachers. I care less about the scale, because they're supposed to be bigger than the Revoltech, and they scale pretty well. McFarlane's teachers, I think, scale pretty well with the students from the import lines. So again, if anyone has pictures or collects My Hero figures, let me know if you have pictures of different scales from different lines. Hit me up on Instagram. Send it at Nerdy Scoundrel. Yeah, I'd really appreciate it. So I got that. I think that was the hunt. And then, no, there's more, because I went to another Target and I saw Ming the Merciless, which is from NECA, and I very surprised because I never see things while I'm out on the hunt. So I saw Ming the Merciless, I saw the Phantom, picked both of them up, and yeah, they look cool. I just had to work on them a lot. Very tight joints. So I think that's it for the haul. I got a lot of shit throughout the weeks, and I've just been taking random footage, and I've had them piled up, and I was like, I'll share them in one mega haul video. This is that video, but nah, I'm forgetting everything. I should be much more organized than this, but I'm not. I think that's it for now. I was gonna show you more of the stuff that I ordered online, but this video is already 20 minutes. So I'll do that in the next video, which hopefully isn't in several months from now, because I tend to disappear for a while. But in the next video, if all goes according to plan, I am going to talk about some Storm collectible stuff. I did start collecting Storm collectibles because I was gearing up for Mortal Kombat. I was very excited for that movie, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Mortal Kombat for what it was. I knew it was just going to be a fucking fighting movie based on a video game, Mortal Kombat, and I enjoyed it. So in anticipation for that movie, I started collecting Mortal Kombat. I started collecting Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat, McFarlane Mortal Kombat, and then while I was looking at Storm Collectible stuff, I was like, fuck it, I like Tekken. Tekken is also a game that I enjoy, and Storm Collectibles is making Tekken figures. So I started buying, just generally looking at Storm Collectible stuff, and I went from Mortal Kombat to Tekken, and I was like, I like Street Fighter too. I'll just have a fighting game display. It's Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter. I'll have a Storm Collectibles tournament shelf with some fucking turtles mixed in, because why not? And now I have some of that, so I'll show you guys my Storm Collectibles display in the next video. I also got some Mandalorian stuff. Like, I have a Mando helmet right there. That is from the Black Series. And I'm probably not going to do like a full-on unboxing. I'll just show you guys some like highlights and clips of that helmet, but I'm not going to do a proper unboxing. I know my buddy Brandon from High Anxiety Media, he did a full-on unboxing, so if you want to see his video, that probably is going to be in the description below too. If you haven't already, go to High Anxiety Media, type that into the search box, or again, link in the description below. Hit subscribe, check out his stuff. He does a lot of cool unboxing stuff. We collect a lot of the same things, and he's much more patient than I am when it comes to unboxings, because I get very, very excited when shit comes in. I open things immediately. He actually has the time, presence of mind to wait and set up the camera and do things and talk about things in much more insightful ways than I ever could. So if you don't already, head over to High Anxiety Media and check out his stuff. Hit subscribe for him. He's a good guy. He's one of my good online toy friends. But aside from that, I got the Mando helmet, and I also got the deluxe Beskar Mando hot toy. This first hot toy of the year, I think. No, well, I got Mark 85 as well. I think that was this year. I don't know. It's been a long year, man. We're only fucking 5 months in, but it's already been a long year. But this fucking guy, I have the first release Mando with the fucking asymmetrical armor. But this Beskar design one with the child here, the pram, awesome figure. I'll take a look at that in the next video. So thanks for watching this video. That's enough teasing of what may happen in the next video. We'll do that some other time. I'm going to open this. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this video from week to week, if I want to get back to having some sort of schedule of putting out content weekly, but we'll see. But for the next few videos, at least, I have an idea of what I'm going to do. So hopefully you guys stick around. I'll see you guys next time. And remember, no, that's what I do for the podcast. But until the next video, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the toy aisle. Later.